Car chase crossing state lines overnight. A suspect firing at police. The very latest on this investigation. Plus, hundreds of people coming together to honor the victims of the shooting at an Olathe restaurant. How the community is now rallying together to heal. Strong words from the woman who lost her husband in that shooting. How she is remembering him this morning.
This is KMBC 9 First News.
Good morning. It's 7 o'clock right now on your Saturday morning. Live pictures of the Bond Bridge over the muddy Missouri River on this February 25th, 2017. Thanks for waking up with us here on First News. I'm Ed Evans along with Jennifer McDermott. Jennifer, some parts of the area hitting the 80s on Wednesday.
Yes.
And I saw snowflakes last night.
Yes. Midwest, you know, it just happens. It happens.
This is the way it goes, and it is still February, so the cold weather is something that we're not too surprised about.
And it's February. It's still winter. These temperatures almost average for this time of the year. By 4 p.m., Matt, reaching a high temperature of 42.
Okay, Jennifer, thank you. A suspect shooting at officers in Kansas City, Kansas after a car chase crossed state lines. As KMBC 9's Brian Johnson reports this morning, this all started as a carjacking in Kansas City, Missouri.
The carjacking happened just before 9 o'clock and help prosecute these individuals for any crimes that they may have committed.
Police say they expect charges to be filed sometime later this weekend. 2 people are in critical condition this morning after a shooting in Kansas City, Missouri. Police were called to 25th and Bell Fountain around 11:30 last night. Investigators haven't yet released the identity of those involved or if they have a suspect in custody. Also happening overnight, a car crash at the intersection of 63rd and Indiana that sent one person to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Accident investigators say they are still working to find the cause of that crash. A huge showing of support for the families of the 3 men shot at an Olathe restaurant this week. Ian Grillet is in fair condition, shot in the hand and chest. Alok Madasani is out of the hospital. Srinivas Kujibotla died that night after the shooting at Austin's Bar and Grill. Hundreds gathering right across the street from Austin's last night for a candlelight vigil at a nearby church. KMBC 9's Stacey Cameron was at that emotional gathering.
It's going to allow us to recover and begin living again out of fear.
More than 500 people attended that service last night. Strong words from the widow of the man shot and killed on Wednesday night. She spoke to her husband's co-workers at Garmin yesterday. Sunaina Dumala spoke about what the government plans to do about hate crimes. She says that she and her husband talked about whether they should leave the United States. He said no, things would get better. He says lots of people are scared right now.
Do we build our first house together?
Dumala will accompany her husband's body back to India this weekend. Olathe Mayor Michael Copeland says his city is shocked, saddened, and devastated, saying that we are a community that treasures our different backgrounds, our different origins, and our different traditions. That is who we are, and that is what makes us special. Kansas Governor Sam Brownback expressing his sympathy. He tweeted, "Friends and family of Kujibotla are in our prayers. We hope for a speedy recovery for the 2 other men who were shot." Brownback also saying this sort of senseless violence is never acceptable. Law enforcement here in Kansas will continue to thoroughly investigate this crime. The accused, 51-year-old Adam Purinton, back in Johnson County this morning. Police arrested him in Clinton, Missouri. He goes to court on Monday on a first-degree murder charge and 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. KMBC will be there when it happens. This week, there's been a rash of violence across the country. Police investigating some as possible hate crimes. Our Chris Katz is tracking the trend.
Headstones damaged at a Jewish cemetery outside St. Louis.
Actually used the name of Donald Trump.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer commented on the Olathe shooting, saying any loss of life is tragic, but it's absurd to link this shooting to anything the president has said. Spicer added it's too soon to guess the motive of the shooter. Time now 7:08 on your Saturday. A Columbia, Missouri man pleading not guilty after being accused of plotting an attack in Kansas City. Robert Hester Jr. appearing in federal court on Friday morning where the judge denied his bond. Investigators say he was planning to attack buses, trains, and a train station. Undercover FBI agents had been monitoring Hester for the past 6 months. President Donald Trump making a big impression yesterday in front of CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee. He told a big crowd that work will start soon on a wall along the Mexican border. He also promised to spend more money on the military.
We will be substantially upgrading.
But nobody's going to mess with us, folks.
He added that new military spending will be a part of his budget proposal. The president talking to Congress on Tuesday night. Democrats have invited immigrants to be there, including an Iraqi-American doctor who discovered children in Flint, Michigan had higher levels of lead in their blood. You can see it Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Here on KMBC. Still to come on First News, it's the biggest night in Hollywood, the Oscars set for tomorrow. What goes into putting on that show? Plus, that's back to reality this weekend. The cold returning for the last weekend in February as we take a live look outside from the Northland to downtown Kansas City. First Alert meteorologist Jennifer McDermott has your forecast next.